Good morning, buenos dias. I am Brett May, and today, while I'm chilling on the rooftop, enjoying a beautiful breeze, and well, just reflecting back on 2022. So first off, I just want to say Happy New Year, or as they say here, Feliz Año Nuevo. Now, I can't help it. We went through such interesting times over the last few years. When I'm thinking back about the last year, it still takes me back to 2020. You know, we went through such an incredible change. A time I don't think we're ever gonna go through something like that again, but it reminds me, makes me feel grateful to have been able to get through that. There was a time in 2020, we didn't have any flights coming to Huatulco, no domestic, no international flights, but we dug deep. We showed the beauty of where we lived. We showed the cost of living. We showed the freshness of the air, of the ocean, and we saw more and more people wanting to be here. Turning into 2021, we had record-breaking sales, and 2021 became one of the strongest years ever for real estate in Mexico and in Huatulco and Puerto Escondido in the Yucatan. Now, looking back at 2022, again, Bayside had another record-breaking year. It was phenomenal. We're seeing more people coming down because either A, they're retiring early because they realize life is just too short. B, we're seeing more people with job location flexibility, so they're coming down. And we see buyers just changing their lives completely, moving full-time. More mature people, but also young people with young families. So people are seeing where we live, where we work. It's become the place where everybody wants to be. Beyond those looking to live in Mexico, we're also seeing investors wanting to put their money into places that they feel secure, and that's brick and mortar investments. Beach access, oceanfront, marina accessible real estate is some of the most expensive real estate in the world, and that's why looking to these opportunities in Mexico so they can gain appreciation and they can have the security for their dollars. Now for Bayside, there was another big change for us. We opened up in a new market. Bayside Real Estate Mazatlan was formed. And I must just say, before I talk about Mazatlan, you may notice something common with our markets, and you might not be able to put your finger on it right away, but what I look for going into a market is a market that is going to change, a market where there's incredible amounts of opportunity for appreciation, for growth, for rental revenue investment. But that's not all. It's of course not all about the money. We're also looking for places that have an incredible quality of life investment. Now Mazatlan is just that. Mazatlan is an incredibly unique opportunity. As many of you know, it was Aaron and my first trip to Mexico back in 1995. Now, I'm incredibly impressed by what I'm seeing today. Mazatlan definitely fits a buyer that's looking for a little more of an urban lifestyle. It's a city of 500,000 people, but an urban lifestyle on the beach. And that's why it's a bit unique, because there is a history there. There's already incredible flight access to Mazatlan, but what I'm seeing now is a city in transformation. It's a city that's having a resurge, and a lot of it's to do with what we see being the local municipality, the state government, and the federal government all working together. They're creating great things. There's a 28-kilometer beach boardwalk. Brings this whole health and wellness vibe that's really amazing. I almost feel like Mazatlan, because of the colonial style, it's like Oaxaca City, but on the beach with a little bit of Vancouver or LA mixed in there with the health and wellness city vibe to it. There's pathways all over the city. We're also seeing incredible community amenities being built. There's a brand new state-of-the-art soccer stadium, brand new state-of-the-art baseball stadium. They got this brand new city park and lagoon with a new aquarium, IMAX theater. I could go on, but if you are looking for a beach lifestyle with an urban feel, Mazatlan definitely could be you. Make sure to check out and discover Mazatlan via our Stay and Play. Now, kind of similar to Mazatlan, there's a very important port in Mazatlan that also helps keep the economy very strong. Looking over to Yucatan, we're also seeing a very great port there, lots of trade. So the economy is very strong outside of Merida as well. There we've seen the federal government invest lots of money into Progreso, helping beautify the area around the port, lots of cruise ships coming in. So we're seeing the market strengthen there, very affordable pricing, up to luxury. So make sure to check out Yucatan through our Stay and Play. We have some new projects we're going to be announcing in both outside of Merida and Yucatan, as well as Mazatlan here coming up in early January. Now let's get back to the Oaxaca coast. Here in Oaxaca, of course, Huatulco's been our focus from the beginning, as well now Puerto Escondido. So I'll touch on Puerto Escondido first. It's definitely a market that is gaining momentum. Time magazine named it a rising design destination, and you can see it. There's it's attracting amazing architects, beautiful small boutique hotels, and that's also translating into the real estate projects. We just launched 2 brand new projects right on the beach in Puerto Escondido. One of the biggest things I can say there on the investment side is there's not enough inventory. So we're seeing inventory that's move-in ready, moving very, very quickly if it's in the city. What we're also seeing, there's only really one project I can really compare that's phase 1 is built out. There's rentals going there. It's walking distance to different restaurants and beaches. They are boasting occupancy rates of 85% to 95%. So if you're looking for rental revenue returns, Puerto Escondido is definitely where it's at. Make sure you check out our pre-construction projects because they're looking great, and you too can benefit from those kind of rental revenues. Appreciation, of course, buying early with our Mexico Living Investor Club, you're going to get that really great gains in appreciation from the time you buy in till it's built out. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in Huatulco and some of the benefits. But Puerto Escondido is a great option, younger vibe there, surfer vibe going around, and we got lots of great things happening there. The market is looking strong. Now, right here where I'm at, let's get into Huatulco. I'm seeing amazing things happen in Huatulco. I feel so very fortunate to be living here, living in this beautiful Oaxaca coast, all the amazing people, the amazing weather. And what we've seen in Huatulco, we got some great new projects coming. We got projects from the years before that are finishing. People are taking possession. So lots of happy faces around. But I'm also seeing Huatulco transform and transition. Due to our history here, we have raw data to share with you. Now, in the past, if we've given you a rental projection, you know, we like to be fairly conservative, maybe 16 weeks a year, 18, 20. Some properties would have a little bit more, but we always wanted to be very conservative with our rental projections. I just had Aaron do an analysis with the vacation department, and on average, we are over 50% occupancy now across the board in Huatulco. So that occupancy rates are growing. One of the reasons are more and more people are hearing about it. Our high season is extending. We're getting more people earlier on, end of October, November. Places were full here in November this year. That's never happened before. Also extending on the other end of winter. Another big change is our summer market is growing. We're getting more Americans coming down, more Mexicans, and even more Canadians. Surfers, you know, executive style surfers, guys that grew up surfing, now they're bringing their families down in the summer. It's one of the best surfing places in the world in the summer. So summer market's growing. That's amazing. We also have been having a tremendous amount of success with our Mexico Living Investor Club, both in Puerto Escondido and in Huatulco. Basically how that all works, I negotiate with a developer to give us a certain amount of inventory at better than pre-construction prices. Those who get in early get to receive the benefits of getting those better than pre-construction pricing, and they're getting big gains from the time construction starts until the time they're completed. Now, we have some buyers who are very just investment minded. They have no intention of moving into the property. They want to buy and flip. For these guys, we have a unique scenario that you can partner with the developers. With our consultants and the developers, we're able to provide amazing tax strategies for you. And we have the data. We're seeing these investors making 25% to 45% to 50% gross returns. And I'm not projecting anything here. This is the data we have, and we're happy to share with you. So big wins on appreciation. Our rental market is growing to beyond 50% occupancy on average. Some properties are doing better. So big things are happening here on the Oaxaca coast. Big things are happening in all of Mexico. So please make sure to reach out to us. You would have just gotten some emails about our stay and plays in Mazatlan, our stay and plays in Yucatan, our stay and plays in Puerto Escondido, and our stay and play in Huatulco. I really invite you to come discover these areas through a stay and play because we give you a little extra on there. We're trying to do our best to give you the best of these areas in a short period of time so you can have all the information you need to make an informed decision. What I see happening in the future, well, I see stability and I see security. And reason for that is the Mexican economy is strong. What we see around us is real estate that's not supported by mortgages. They're not vulnerable to increasing interest rates. This is a cash country, especially for foreigners, and real estate is purchased and owned with cash. So there's security there. Another reason I'm seeing stability, well, because it's not all about the money. It's about the lifestyle. As I mentioned earlier, it's about the quality of life we have here, and we are where everybody wants to be. You can see this whether you're an investor, you can see this whether you're moving here full-time as a snowbird or as a person who has location flexibility in their job. We're seeing investors who are concerned about the stock market, want to put their money in brick and mortar investments on the coast. We're seeing investors who are concerned about cryptocurrency are now wanting to put their money in the security of beach access, oceanfront, marina accessible real estate. We're seeing investors who are worried about the currency, the fiat currency. They're putting money into the stability of ocean accessible real estate. We're in the right place. So come on down, come discover our destinations through a real estate stay and play. I see a bright future in Yucatan State, in Mazatlan, in Puerto Escondido, and in Huatulco. If I could be so bold to say the American dream, it's no longer. I'm seeing a new dream. I'm seeing the Mexico dream. So I invite you to come discover our locations through a stay and play and come live the Mexican dream with me. I am Brett May. Adios.